Hey guys, welcome back to the Teacher's Click. Today I want to talk to you about one of the most dreaded yet best times of the year for teachers, and that's the end of the year pack up, where we're all excited for school to be out, but then it hits us. We gotta pack all this crap up. My number one tip. First off, before you start anything, we have to think about where we're going to be in August. So when you start packing stuff up, that's what you pack for, is how are you going to unpack, as crazy as it sounds. One tip to help you do this is to keep sections of the room together. Pack in sections. So let's say if I've got a reading center, so I want to put all my books in these two boxes, and I'm going to label on the outside. Labels are very important. Labels. Label on the outside boxes of reading for whatever, or boxes of science books, or this box contains reading corner pillows, or whatever. Something else you might do is take pictures. Like if you absolutely love your reading corner and you want to keep it the same next year, take a picture of it on your cell phone. That is so easy. Or make a list. Make a list and say, okay, I really loved having the reading corner set up by the window, or I hated having the reading corner set by the window because nobody could pay attention because everybody was looking outside all the time. Take notes, make lists on how you want to do things. Maybe you want to change the colors up to where that way during summer, let's say your room was themed sunshine and everything was bright and yellow and just bright. Well, next year you're thinking that may be a little bit too much stimulation for some of my kids, so maybe I want to change it to where my theme next year is planets. So everything's going to be more of a dark, like a purple and blue and green kind of vibe. That way during the summer while you're out, you can think about stuff you want. One of the biggest tips that I have is throw stuff away. As teachers, we're all hoarders. It's just part of the job, I think. I know I do. I'm bad about it. So at the end of the year, one of my favorite things to do is get a big black trash bag, those heavy ones, like the construction ones, like the ones that the custodians usually don't let you have. I get a few of those. Now sometimes you may have to sneak them, but I mean it's for a good cause, so you need them. So I get those. Like this year what I did is I took one of those bags and I draped it over the edge of my desk, and I took tape and I put like 4 pieces of tape, that way it'll hold it down. Masking tape, another tip. Masking tape, everybody needs masking tape. You can write on it, it's strong enough, it works. Oh, and it sticks to cement blocks. So if your wall is like a cement blocky kind, my whole school is, that's the only thing that will stick besides hot glue, and that is crazy to get down. So masking tape. So my masking tape, when I've got my little trash bag set up, I just chunk. I don't need this. Chunk. I'm bad about papers, keeping up with papers. So I'll go through my papers and be like, okay, do I need this? If it's yes, I get a little box, and this is my keep box. And then the whole bag, that's my throwaway box. So if I don't need this paper, or if I've got 50 million of them, box. That way, when your bag's full, you tie that sucker up and it's gone. And then you've got your little box to the side of the stuff you really need and will use. Something else. If you have to like move your desk, some teachers do, some teachers don't. I'm talking to those teachers that have to move their desk every year. It's such a pain in the butt. But we have to do it. So if you have to move your desk every year, my suggestion to you, leave your stuff in your desk. Take tape. Tape the desk from top to bottom, like 4 different pieces of tape strong, and then put one on top of it and one on the bottom. That way it's overlapped with tape. This way all your stuff stays in your desk where you had it. Even if they move it on the desk mover, they move it from place to place, somebody will not end up with your desk because all your stuff's in it. Also, because you use masking tape, you can write your name on that. And room 45, Miss So-and-so. That way they know, because you guys know what happens when you pack your stuff up and you set it all in the hall. Some of it gets back. Some of it does not. Something else that I highly suggest is taking a time, like maybe 3 hours. Let's say the last day of school you've only got 5 or 6 kids, which is awesome when you're trying to pack everything up, let me tell you. So 5 or 6 kids, it's the last day of school, you're trying to get stuff done. So what you're going to do, you're just going after it, not eating nothing. You're throwing stuff away, you're boxing stuff up, you're labeling things, you're putting stuff where it goes. Maybe you've got a rolly cart and you're stuffing that sucker full of everything that you know you're going to have to need and use. Maybe you've got a closet that you need to go ahead and organize it before you shove stuff in there so they can wax your floor or whatever they have to do over the summer. Something else that I am a huge fan of is big sticky notes. You know, the post-it notes, they've got the sticky area on the top. You just shove that sucker wherever you want it. I like to do that because if you write things on your whiteboard, when you come back, it's probably not going to be there. So what I like to do is I like to get my markers out, and I am extra like that. I know you're all thinking it, so yeah, that's me. So I get my big sticky notes out and I write on them. I want this here, this here, this here. So I know when I come back in August where I want things or what my ideas are. Very important. One last tip I want to leave you guys with. So packing up can be hard and can be a pain. We know we have to do it most of the time. Some people are very lucky. You don't have to switch rooms. You don't have to get your stuff out of your room for it to be waxed. You don't have to do any of that. And that's awesome for you. But the most people have to pack your stuff up at the end of the year. So for these people, just know it's worth it, and your room's gonna look so much better. It'll be a nice clean area for you to come back to in August to get everything laid out. So it's all worth it. If you have a little extra time, let's say you get everything done, and this is a bonus tip for you guys. So you get everything done, and so we're going to do one more thing. That way it'll help ease back in for August. Well, what I like to do is I like to go ahead and cover my bulletin boards. I take everything down off of them, and I go ahead and cover them in a neutral color. I mean, maybe I have not decided exactly what my theme's going to be for next year. I really never know until I come back in August, but that's just me. So maybe I don't know. So I'm going to put like white or black or brown or like a pale yellow, something that will go with a lot of things. And I'm gonna go ahead and cover my bulletin board up. So my bulletin board is blank, but it has a base cover down already. So all I have to do is come in and put my stuff up that I want to use, or let inspiration get me, and I'll just decide then. But that's just one less thing you have to do when you come back in August, because we're all so excited to come back. And that's the thing about when we leave at the end of May, 1st of June, it's kind of like we're all excited to leave, and then we're all excited to get back. So the work you do now will come in handy when you go back. Keep that in mind. Guys, happy packing. See you later. Bye, teachers.